In studio, I have two incredibly talented women with me, and it's Tracey Thompson, it's Vanessa Haring, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to have you both here in studio with me because this is one of the cool parts about my job. I get to just talk to really cool, interesting people like all the time, and that's what you both are. So hey, welcome to the studio, both of you.
Thank you. I
Thank
think
you
you're
so
pretty
much.
cool too.
Oh,
Mindy.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. I try. We were talking about the Oscars off air, and Tracy, you actually watched it, and yeah, to me, I think the weirdest part of the Oscars was the gum throw from Adrian Brody.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm going, but I understand that when you forget that you have it, and then you're put on the spot.
I know. To me, it was like the his date that was with him lunged to catch the gum, and I'm just like, just let it go to the floor. It's okay. It's well, hey, welcome both of you to the studio. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time here. We're talking the arts. You are the arts commissioner, so tell us a little bit about being the arts commissioner.
Well, I'm really excited. I've only been the arts commissioner for probably about 2 weeks. I was sworn in on February 13th, so I'm still discovering it myself. But it's about art for our city, and I'm the commissioner working with the city council. I'm one of 5, so I was appointed by Councilman Jason Gibbs.
Okay, so this is we were talking off air. You mentioned that this is the first time you're doing something with the city at all. Why did you decide to go like, okay, yes, this is something that I want to do?
Well, I was actually approached this time in my life. I'm forced retirement because of my disability, and I have been trying to find my purpose. I wrote a book called My Journey to Endor, and that was a project that I worked on during the pandemic with my husband, who's an actor. So at this point, we do Comic-Cons and book signings, but I wanted something more here within our city. And I got a call out of the blue from Jason Gibbs, our councilman, and he wanted to appoint me as arts commissioner. And I asked him, I said, well, what does that entail? And he said, well, you need to ride the fire truck in the 4th of July parade. And I said, well, I guess I can handle that. Is that it? And he goes, yeah, just make sure that you're in the 4th of July parade with me. And I was like, okay, I can handle that. Well, lo and behold, I find out all these other things that come with being an arts commissioner. And I'm really excited to approach those.
Yeah, and speaking of the arts, we also have artist Vanessa. Hey, you painted the mural on the side of the Lemley Theater. We did a story on you featuring that whole thing, but in a nutshell, for those that are listening that don't know the story, give us a little background. How did that even come to be?
Yeah, so last December, not 2024, 2023 December, I saw that there was an application for completing the mural via Lemley. They put out an application, and I applied. And lo and behold, in May of 2024, I get a call that I have been chosen. They out of 100 applicants, they chose 10 semifinalists, and so I was part of the semifinalists, and then they chose me. And over November through January, I was completing the mural, and it was finished on January 3rd, so very recently. And I have been just so proud of my art on this giant 40 foot by 25 foot on each wall, so total like 80 by 50, but that's if you combine it.
Yeah,
And
only that.
yeah, I know.
No need to brag.
No, it's so huge. It's so crazy. And I am now a part of so many people's commute on Railroad every day, and when they pass, leaving downtown Newhall on a Friday night after going out for dinner, I'm a part of that journey, and it's very sweet.
Yeah, if you haven't seen these murals yet, I don't know what you're doing. You're not living in Santa Clarita, but go down to Old Town Newhall, go to the Lemley, just check out those murals. They're bright, they're colorful, they're vibrant, they're beautiful. And tell us the pieces, the names of the pieces.
Yeah, so the southern mural is called Old Town New Town. It's kind of supposed to be a funny, like Old Town New Hall, but also Old Town and New Town referencing like history, or that like towns change or times change. And so that's kind of a little ode to historical buildings in New Hall, as well as the different like time frames. There's like 1950s components, and as well as old like 1800s as well. So that's the southern mural, and then the northern one is called Cowboy in California, or Vaquero in California, and it's a reference to how, you know, Santa Clarita used to be Mexico, and there's been plenty of history of cowboys and vaqueros, and it's also there's also a huge emphasis on the landscape. Both pieces are very about the natural landscape of Santa Clarita, and the beautiful colors that happen during dusk and dawn, and how those colors and landscape interact.
Yeah, so if you want to know more about that, we did do an article on it. So go to hometownstation.com, search up Vanessa Harding or the Lemley New Hall, and you know that article will pop up. You can see pictures of them, although I encourage you to go in person to actually experience them, not just look at these photos. And you are local. You not only grew up here, you went to Cal Arts as well as for your schooling, and I can't wait to see what you have on the horizon. Other beautifications of the city. As speaking of that, Tracey, what is the vision for Santa Clarita in the arts? Well, okay, back up. First off, why is it important to actually have things like these murals all around the city?
Well, it's important to embrace all art here in the city of Santa Clarita. When I first moved here, it was in 1989, and there were only 118,000 people. And now here in 2025, we have close to 300,000 people. So we're embracing the population and the history of the city of Santa Clarita. And kudos to you, Vanessa, for doing that. The colors are vibrant, and to be on the cornerstone of the Lamley Theater, it's really embracing art. It's a great location, and you did such a fabulous job.
Thank you.
So what's the vision really, and as the commissioner for the city? What's the vision or direction for art in the city?
The vision for the city of Santa Clarita, and I'm still learning this since I've only been the commissioner for 2 weeks, but
And you're doing great. let
oh,
me tell you.
thank you. I'm so excited. But the city, I'll read you. The city of Santa Clarita will be recognized as a city of arts, where the lives of residents, artists, and visitors are enriched through artistic and cultural experiences. So, and the mission is to facilitate achievement in the arts for the benefit of the entire community.
Amazing. And so, in your role, are we hoping to do murals or sculptures, or are we adding some new things around the city?
Well, in Central Park, there's the cloud sculpture, which is very beautiful and new. And we do have new art coming on the horizon. I'm in charge. I was just appointed as the commissioner for the sidewalk poetry, and we work with the public city streets to imprint and stamp sidewalk poetry. And so I'm just starting on that subcommittee for arts, and I'm really excited to get that started. And we will be announcing what the theme will be this spring.
Yeah, I've seen that all around kind of the LA area, LA City, where it's
Yes.
just a random thing, and I see, oh, something stamped in there, and it's a poem and or words of encouragement, and it's just it like kind of brings a smile to your day because you look at it and you're like, oh, I didn't know that I needed that.
Yes.
I think maybe that's where art comes into play, is you look at something and it moves you in such a way that you're like, oh, I didn't know that I needed that.
Exactly. Whether
Yeah.
it's through music, theater, any kind of art, it does move you. It
Yeah.
does make you feel
Yeah.
something.
Vanessa, what do we have on the horizon here? Another mural, please.
Yeah, I absolutely hope so.
What are you working on?
As of right now, I think I'm also working on prints of the mural.
Okay.
People have been really interested in having it in their home or in their office or framed, or so I've been working on that. I all the time people ask me, even my mother, like, oh, like what's your dream? Like what's your next move? And I think artists can't really necessarily plan that. I think art careers and art passion is very nonlinear and is guided by the heart. And I have the saying where if you're an artist, you'll show up and something will happen. And so here I am showing up, and I'm sure something will happen.
You know, that is one thing that I loved that in the article that you talked about last time was you show up. You know, if the opportunity is there, you just show up. Maybe something good will happen, maybe not. Maybe but you just keep going. It's really the persistence, and I think we saw a lot of that in the Oscars last night, where people are like, I've been just doing this for many years, and finally I've taken this. It's all about persistence. Don't give up. Don't quit. And so I think maybe even a lot of the culmination of art is persistence, is making sure you just don't give up. You don't quit. Well, hopefully, having you both here in studio, we can connect. Maybe Vanessa can do something, some new mural, some new art somewhere in the city of Santa Clarita, because yeah, we need more. We need more art all around the city.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, thank you both for staying in studio. I know it was really quick going back. I feel like we could talk all day,